you ever get so attached to a device that it becomes more than your everyday carry? It becomes this kind of part of you. That was my experience when it came to the Super Nintendo, and then later the PlayStation. In this case today, I'm talking about this Asus Flow X16. This laptop followed me around for the better part of 2 years, and it's actually still such a good laptop, even after 4 years or so since it was released. And I like it so much that I can't bear to sell it. I also got a really good deal on it, which is the reason why I'm actually giving this to my dad. He's one of those people, and I mentioned this in another video, that never really buys things for himself. Tell me if you have a parent like that. They never really appreciate, or I should say, they never got the chance to appreciate something really nice for themselves because they were so busy, working and putting food on the table for the family. This thing here, I think it checks so many boxes for him, and he won't even realize it. It's got this really nice high-resolution display that, even by today's 2026 standards, holds up pretty well. It's a 1600p, which means it's higher than 1440p, so ever so slightly, and definitely better than 1080p. And guess what? Because this thing actually has a dedicated graphics card inside, it can game too. This was something that I also did in my free time, similar to that Lenovo laptop that I talked about the other day. Now, my dad is not a gamer by any stretch of the imagination, but I think that given that the horsepower behind this thing, it's going to be able to watch all the YouTube videos and do emails and all that kind of boring business stuff that, he's going to be doing on this laptop. And I mean, just look at this exterior. I mean, it's a little bit beat up now, slightly, but it's so beautiful. And the only gripe that I have about it today is probably that for a kind of tablet, this thing that you can fold in on itself, and yes, you can do all the kind of sketching, that kind of stuff on here as well. It's kind of heavy. It's kind of big because it does come in at about 4.5 pounds or so. So it's not the lightest of devices when it comes to that. But, given what you get in this package, I think Asus honestly outdid themselves with this. The fact that you can, put it in this tent mode, which a lot of laptops, particularly from the Lenovo Yoga lineup, do this, but they do this at a much higher price premium, and I think at a lower quality build. I'm hoping that if you're able to pick up something like this on the used market, basically don't just go in FOMO for the best new OLED, new QD OLED, new mini LED display out there. Just look at this thing. Oh, that could have been bad. Oh, that could have been bad. I can't emphasize, how nice this looks, even compared to an OLED display. And this is right out of the box too. I didn't calibrate this in any way. Besides this, it's got nice typing experience. It doesn't have a full-size number pad, but, if you are not a calculator or whatever, you don't really care about that. This thing isn't perfect, mind you, because its battery life isn't the greatest, even though it has an 81-hour battery, if I remember correctly. It's got a nice big trackpad, and overall it's very premium feeling. Now, with that said, what are the downsides of this? Well, actually, the only real downside of this is that you can't get this anymore. This package here has actually been rebranded as the Asus X16 line. That's part of the ProArt lineup, which means that you're also paying a ProArt price. Those laptops, there's a new one that was just released or announced at CES, and that thing is, it's a powerhouse. It looks amazing too, and you're paying an amazing price for it. This thing, I was super lucky to get in the summer of 2023 for $850, I believe, US dollars used from Best Buy. And that's the thing. You can get such amazing bargain bin deals on products that you will keep for a long period of time. And that was my thing. I used this for about 2 years, as I mentioned earlier, on and off every day until I got some other laptops and handhelds and stuff like that. Now, fully recognizing that the theme of this review is not FOMOing over everything, kind of having a device that follows you around, this was the thing. This thing, because it has an RTX 3060 inside, it can still do a lot of things. As I mentioned, the battery life isn't the greatest, but it will take you far if you know how to treat it well. And ultimately, if that's all you're looking for, A productivity power whore. And ultimately, if that's all you're looking for, a productivity powerhouse that can game on the side, and it looks way nicer and premium than, a lot of laptops that are in the entry level, even in 2025, 2026 standards. Look for, a previous generation flagship, just like this one, the Flow X16 from Asus. They do have a X13, which was also previously part of the Flow line and now is part of the ProArt PX13 lineup. So basically my point of all this is, if you love convertibles as much as I do, take a look at your local Best Buy, take a look on eBay. That can be hit or miss. I won't go into all the details unless you want me to, but take a look around. You can find some amazing deals out there, ones that aren't going to break the bank, and you can still game and do all that kind of stuff on there. Anyway, that's been my experience with the Flow X16, a device that I've loved for a really long period of time, almost to the point where it became part of my life more than just work. It became a piece of me that I didn't really want to give up, and that's kind of why I'm keeping it as in part of my family. As always, thanks for sticking around with me. Thanks for spending your time with me. This is Everyday Kenzo.